Everybody, G Bear with another episode of Homesteading the Desert. It is Sunday right now, 26th, I think, of November. And what you're looking at, that gray box right there, I forgot to mention yesterday. Um, that's got the number 6 wires that come off of that 40 amp breaker in the panel, that added breaker I mentioned yesterday. And what that's going to be is that's going to be a J box where I can go all the way into the ground with some conduit. I'll bring it out around the porch here and go up over to the container, which will eventually become my workshop. And I'm going to bring some AC power out there to run my power tools, which I'll have lined on the inside along both walls. And some of the items in the center. I'll have a workbench in there, and get back to some of my electrical experiments, as you've probably seen in some of my early videos before the Homesteading the Desert videos started. But I got to get this place set up, and let me show you. Today, I worked on cleaning up some wiring, not so much inside here. That's going to get all straightened out right there, but for right now I worked on the outside here. And let me get around these bushes. And there's my solar array. So I've got 500 watts of solar sitting on that stand right there. And then there's another 200 watts on top of that propane shed. And then there's the 45 watts that I moved from down here. I put them up there on top of that shed, and then ran the wires overhead into the battery room. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I was going to put another set of solar panels out here, the ones I have in the OC. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm glad I didn't pour this yet, is I'm going to take those two bushes out right there, the ones that my shadow is running across, and I'm going to put the other set of solar panels, same height as this one, just right down here with a small space in between them so I can walk in between them for cleaning. And then I can just run the wires straight into the battery room. I don't have to do an underground trench here with conduit and all of that from way out here back into there. And so far the location of this group has been working pretty good for both times of the year, summer and the winter so far. And as you can see, they're still gathering sunlight right now, and all of them are still putting charge. You can see the blue lights here on the new panels. They're all still putting charge into the system, so why not stick with what works, right? And I love that staircase over there. I was up on that earlier today, and just looking around the desert, and way over there there was a guy with a well drilling rig, but it wasn't set up. It was laying on its side, so I guess he got the price on drilling a well and said, well, I don't think so. So he may come over and talk to me and see about doing the water tank like I'm doing. That's about it. All day was spent working on straightening out the wiring. I didn't even show you that. Let me get around back here. And yeah, I tied everything up and stranded it in there a little neat so I can see what's coming from where and what's going to where. And I can do a little bit more cleanup on this down the line, but at least now it doesn't look like an explosion in a spaghetti factory. That's about it, people. Time for a cold one and a nice hot shower. It's a beautiful day today. It's still 81 degrees here at about 3:30, and that water temperature up there in that barrel is going to probably be close to 90 because it was up in the 90s. And I've got to buckle down and tie down the hatches because just before I started shooting this video, I got a weather warning on my cell phone that said that starting at 4 a.m. Tomorrow morning, going through 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, we've got a wind advisory out here with high gusts. So that little guy up there that's sitting still is going to be spinning like an airplane propeller tomorrow when I get up in the morning, and probably all the way up until my water delivery gets here and I pack everything up and head down the hill for some more work. All right, everybody. G Bear signing off from the desert.